Yo. 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 Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? 1 second. I gotta put in Discord that we're live. It's lagging a little bit. Ryan! What's up, buddy? Okay, my Discord's like completely frozen. Is it gonna fix itself? Come on. There we go. At everyone, we're live. How you doing today, Ryan? What's up, buddy? Alright, we are at 2K crafting upgrades, boys. We did it. Thanks for your FUT Genie video. Bought it too yesterday. Nice, man. Yeah, we're going to make more Pale Tools videos, FUT Genie videos, mini grind videos, getting ready for Team of the Season stuff. Now that we hit 2K, crafting upgrade packs. Now we're kind of in the last stretch. Also, too, if you guys... I know it was late. We were streaming for a while yesterday. Look at what we ended up on anchor-wise. Look at how close we are. $9,840. We need 160 more. If we get to like 100K again today, we're going to be able to finish that off. And that's going to be so beautiful. We're going to be at about 2,000 shadows, over 1,000 hunters. We're in a really good spot. Winter, what's up, buddy? Yo, bro, what's up, man? How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. We got, what, 13 minutes until new content? We are going to do the provisions and stuff once that resets. So we're going to get into the League SBC grind. Until then, we're just kind of chilling, opening some packs. They'll be grinding for a bit. Grinding. You want the Treddy? Is that the... Is that going to be our nickname for the walking pad? The Treddy? Treadmilly? Yes, sir. Got to get the 20K steps today. Dude, I almost had a bench PR today. It was halfway up and I was pushing. I was like, ugh. Couldn't get it. I've been holding 2K anchors since Team of the Year. I bought at 350-400. Been waiting to sell for a while. Haven't found a sell window. There's always a sell window for some. If you're talking about like an instant buy now, that one will hopefully be throughout Team of the Season. But we've been consistently selling anchors for 1,000 plus this week. And we just picked up hundreds upon hundreds for 400 coins to 450 last night. Hoping Team of the Season, probably sorry Prem. Yeah. So my goal, and I'll make a updated chem style video, but in the meantime, let me explain kind of what my goal with the chem styles are. So the ultimate goal is if I can use chem styles to help me go towards 10 million, or not 10 million, 25 million coins, that's a huge W. In terms of a majority of our coins, if we can sell anchors at, like I said, we've been selling for 1,000 plus. If we can just do that over time and I can slowly get rid of them, we'll have 10 million coins in anchors guaranteed. Nothing else is needed. But we have 1,000 plus hunters. We have 2,000 shadows. We have all these other chem styles, manager leagues, things like that. We'll be constantly doing league SBCs for profit. Basics, goalkeeper basics. We're covered. 10 mil, easily have that no matter what. To push towards 25 mil, it's really, the anchors are going to be more dependent on the fluctuation of their price. If we can find an instant buy now that's higher, that's when we're going to unload most of it. But now that we kind of hit the 10K, or once we hit the 10K, the plan's going to be keep the coins mainly liquid and keep spamming League SBCs over and over and over and over again. Yeah, we were selling, actually, we were selling at 1,400 and 1,500 last night, redacted. believe it or not. We were selling at 1,400, 1,500 on stream last night. We had 5 listed and 4 sold consistently. And then there was a huge, I would see it as either a single individual or it felt like an EA market manipulation. There was non-stop cards listed at 450, not lower, literally exactly 450 for about 2 hours. And then we were able to pick up a crap ton at 450. Like, you can go back into the stream yesterday and you'll see the exact moment. We were selling them and then we're like, oh wait, let's just pick them up at 650 and get them back in the club. And then we're like, oh, there's some 450 snipes. And then I was like, wait a second, they keep getting listed at 450, 450, 450, 450, 450. Kage, yo! Brother, how you been, dude? I've been playing career mode for 4 hours straight to get an 89 plus times 7 and got nothing. Rip, dude, you should have saved it for team of the season. How are you able to save packs from the League SBC grind? Do you just buy more cards then? If you haven't seen our grind video from, was it yesterday or the day before, we kind of lay out the exact steps. Quick summary is we're saving tradable gold commons and silvers from the premium mix. We're done with the mix in general. Anything from the mix that's untradeable goes into upgrade packs. That makes it easier, builds so many 3-player packs, makes getting rid of the Saudi leagues and MLS that we keep getting so much easier. But yeah, we just do League SBCs into League SBCs. Gives us a crap ton of liquid coins. If we need to reinvest and buy some of those coins for like more Pro League, Portuguese League, or the other sections, we will. But like I said, I think the video from the other day will lay it out perfectly with how I kind of replenish each section if needed. I started watching COVID, now it's 2026. Dude, isn't that crazy? Kage, you know what I thought about the other day, bro? You come into my mind so randomly. Do you remember when I would work out right after the stream and I would take my pre-workout and you and I would do something right before I'd go work out? Do you remember? It would have been 6 years ago, like you said. So it would have been a while, but do you remember what we'd do? I'd end the stream, I'd pop my pre-workout. If I save for team of season, I get a max of 92 team of season and say, yeah, true. You'd get nothing even if you save, but still. Do you have presets for the mix and premium mix? Yes. If you haven't seen any of our Pale Tools guides, all those are in the grind playlist in the description. Yep, Naruto Storm is what I was thinking. Yeah. The Naruto Storm game was awesome. I just run around and spam. Surely they make the grind better for team of the season. Here's my issue with EA right now, and I don't know if anyone else is on the same page. 1 second. I've been trying to stream on OBS using PS5 as remote play on my PC, but it's so laggy as so as I press record. Internet is perfect though. Any ideas? So you've been trying to stream on OBS using the PS5 as remote play. So you have a PC, you have a PS5. If you're trying to remote play, that's always going to be laggy. If you have a PC and a PS5, but you have no recording device, you can broadcast from your PS5 to YouTube, Twitch, or the other sites. I would start with that. See if you like streaming off of broadcasting on here. Do you still watch anime? Yes. I love Solo Leveling. Don't repeat this. My whole life for the past, I would say 3-4 months, has been treating my life as Solo Leveling. In my head, when I'm working out, when I'm getting steps in, when I'm streaming, when I'm creating content, when I'm working, I'm like, alright, we're leveling up. It works. Solo leveling? Legit, really? Dude, how can you... It's about a guy who society did not value, thought he was the weakest of the weakest, and slowly over time, he just got better. And, like, the jump from initial E rank to essentially getting... Before he got reevaluated, there was such a dramatic change. But, like, you'd notice, like, it'd be slow over time. From dungeon to dungeon, he'd get better. But people wouldn't see him for, like, a month or two. And then when they'd see him again, they're like, Genu? Is that you? And then slowly over time, he just kept going and going and going. And even when he got reassessed and he became an SRA hunter, he kept leveling up and kept leveling up, kept leveling up. And it was just challenging enough where it pushed him further, but he could never go back. Streaming, watching Sunderland, and solo leveling. True. And football. Football starts back up on Monday. Anyways, what I was saying, what they need to do, as much as I love this crafting upgrade, they gotta stop giving us this 79 triple. We need like a 79 times 5 or something brand new, because it's copy and pasted player picks, copy and pasted league SBCs, and copy and pasted crafting upgrades. It's fine in the sense of you can make unlimited coins and unlimited packs with it, but we need a new kind of thing on top of that. The monotony is just getting to me now. Good thing FUT Genie helps with that, but the monotony is getting me, man. You're funny, Reed. I appreciate your joke. I'm literally not joking. I'm dead serious. You think I'm trolling? Solo leveling is that good, that inspirational. EA will be good since EA was sold. Oh yeah, when's that switch happening, by the way? 78 times 5, I wouldn't complain. Yeah, I'm curious to see if there's any leaks for like a Team of Season crafting upgrade. Because if there were a time to give us a crafting upgrade for a long period, it would be Team of the Season. You need that FUT Genie sponsor for Team of Season time when people will come back and look for a grind. The owner already reached out to me. Owner followed me on Twitter the other day and reached out about an opportunity. He hasn't gotten back yet after I said I want to continue making Pale Tool videos alongside to keep pushing FUT Genie to become better and for a free version for people to grind. Sign the contract, big boy. Sorry. They got to work with my stipulations. Seems like a chill dude, but we got to keep grinding in every way possible. All right, what is it, 2 minutes away, boys? This is what the team's looking like if you haven't been here in a while, by the way, for the Sunderland squad. Evos are happening. We got to get Mukiele Evo'd. Dude, look at that Enzo Lefebvre. Ooh. Lovely. Look at that Talby as well. Is he brilliant? When does this happen, by the way? Final, is that already done? Oh, gosh. Team is coming together. I wish I could get Siddiqui in more, man. Yuck. Dude, did I not call the Arsenal bottle? We're seeing it happen in real time. Now they have to go to the Etihad against City next week after playing a Champions League game. Boys, the crumble is happening in real time. Pretty good Newcastle teammate. Yeah, thank you. This grind with a repeatable 8220 would be cold. We need you to get a yogurt or Slim Jim sponsorship. Yeah, I wouldn't mind exchanges at this point. Because I keep putting higher and higher rated stuff into into my daily provisions. Alright, T-minus less than a minute, boys. Told you Arsenal's crap. Kage, you support United, right? Alright, Trophy Titan refresh. You'll be able to do that twice. Silver smelting. Okay, we got all those back. Let's look at the upgrade section. Provisions. So we have provisions for another 19 days for 6 a day. I wonder if they'll continue to update that. The very best Evo. Player pick 410. I haven't been doing the 86-2. We should probably do that. Crown Breaker Boost Evo. Is this new? 86 rated squad. Dude, the 85 to 87 is so useless, man. Yes, I do. Title race chart. Why would you say yuck to Sunderland if you support United? Don't you love Ahmad? People will return the game if they added exchanges, 8220s, or repeatable provisions. The thing is, they have the World Cup promo they're going to have during the summer, too. So, not only just Team of the Season, people are going to flock back in general. So, they really have the opportunity to get people to not only get back on the game, but stay on the game. Alright, let's do Silver Smelting. Time is a gimmick. How is it Team of the Season already? Because it's earlier than ever, it feels like, that they're putting it in. Which is not a bad thing, in my opinion. But yeah, dude, it flew by, man. Literally, it felt like the game just came out. Yo, FUT Genie is the best thing ever. Thanks for putting me on. I barely have time to play, so I used to be such a disadvantage. Now I feel like I can keep up with just 30 minutes of grinding on the app. It's literally game-changing, man. I love it so much. Do they got World Cup licensing? I'm sure they'll have something. Oh, yuck in a good way. Gotcha. Alright, we'll do 85s and 86s. We'll do golds. Untradeable storage, all. Low to high. Ignore. Shapeshifters last year took way too long. Four weeks was unnecessary. Besides Team of the Season, I don't like when promos are stretched more than 2 weeks. I don't even like the fact that promos are 2 weeks to begin with for the most part. There should be a single week of a promo outside of like Team of the Year, Team of the Season, in my opinion. You know what we actually need? As much as it would get USB-C bands faster, I wouldn't mind some sort of upgrade that like has you constantly working with bronzes and silvers to make other packs. Like if we could go back to spam and BPM and some bronze upgrades at some point. Doesn't that sound like a fun idea to a certain extent? Maybe not completely. Yeah, look at how we already have all the provisions. We're not even close to running out of stuff. That's just a start. Then think about all the stuff we're going to get today. We're literally going to have to put most of this into 8314s. Jeez, man. The grind is too good right now. The club is in such a good spot. I put in an 86. We do have the other stuff to make as well, so we probably shouldn't be too wasteful. Eight weeks of shapeshifters this year? Oh my gosh, kill me now. Dude, could you imagine? That'd be horrific. Imagine they just release no promo for like a month. The menus just rot out. Along with the rest of their game. Look at all those 87s, 86s. Dude, our club is juiced. That's another problem that we're running into as well. It's a good problem to have, but we basically have like every gold in the game in our club. So anytime we open packs, it's like we're bound to get dupes for the higher rateds. So we do have to kind of rinse all this. As a non-soccer fan, is Shapeshifters like woman versus men game mode, or like what? Shapeshifters is where they take the position. So like if someone's a defender, they'll make them like an attacker or midfielder. Same thing with like the goalies. They'll take a goalkeeper and put them as like an attacker. So it changes like their position. So like if it were Overwatch type of thing, the promo would be like, imagine if the healers became literal tanks. And the meta changed completely because of that. It's actually probably a perfect analogy. It's like imagine putting Mercy on the front line. How crazy that would be. We're having a Reinhardt healing you. Like anytime Reinhardt pops his shield, it just throws out health. Seems easy money. It's kind of fun, but then it gets very monotonous real quick. Guys, we're putting Brian Brobby in because he's a duplicate, okay? Don't yell at me. Oh, Mumbo's not a real Sunderland fan. He's putting in Sunderland players. I know. That's a Travis Scott song, by the way. I know. Timmy is used to. I know, mommy, I know. Let me play with you. Hey, yo! Chill, dude. Chill. First day back and he's already making sus comments. Oh, you're talking about Overwatch. Never mind. I thought you were talking about... No. Mumbo, can I ask you something? Don't take offense. It's just a question I have in my mind, which I don't understand. Sure. Alright, we will hop right on to this grind now. Ooh. Oof. Alright. We are going to see how many League SBC runs we can do on the phone right now. My dupe storage is absolutely full. One, three, 198. One, three, 1, 296, 451, 398. 272 might be great. You are a good menu grinder, and I like your videos, and I even learn a lot. But what's the point of so hard menu grinding when you don't play the game like Rivals or Champs or any other mode? I will have well over 1,000 games played this year, so I feel like that's inaccurate on its face. The real question you probably want to know is why don't I stream more gameplay? And there's times where I will play gameplay, quite a bit of gameplay, and balance it a little bit more, but you got to understand from a content creation perspective, what is my quality that allows me to, like you just said, give you information, right? If you benefit from a menu grind, that's something that'll keep people coming back if they're wanting to learn how to still menu grind or see what I'm up to. When it comes to gameplay, I know my capabilities with gameplay. I know how good I am. And outside of literally just showing off my team, my personality, and kind of doing that in gameplay, I feel like my gameplay doesn't offer what I want my content to offer, if that makes sense. So, is there a better balance I could strike? Absolutely, and we do that throughout the year. But in terms of like grinding specifically, especially the big promos like Team of the Year and Team of the Season, you gotta double down, triple down, quadruple down on it. Does that make sense? Alright, we're gonna do... I don't know how many Pro League Portuguese leagues I have in my club, so this is gonna be a shot in the dark. Allow specials, tradables, use minimum rares. But also, too, you gotta understand, like, the only reason I do any of this stuff is because I genuinely love it. If I hated what I did when it comes to either content or, like, the grinds I do, I wouldn't do them. You don't see me sitting here for hours on end making 2,000 plus crafting upgrades just because I think it might get a sub or two. It's mainly from the perspective of I genuinely love doing stuff like this and pushing it to the next level. And then if I can benefit from that in other ways and help you guys out, that's even better. But this is stuff that I've been doing in different ways since I was a kid. If you go back, you can find YouTube videos that I made when I was a child on how to trade with silvers and like FIFA 15. Slag Mumbo finds games boring on stream, so he plays off stream where he either kicks butt or gets kicked in the butt. Hey, we're moving up divisions. If I really went for it, I bet I could be a Div 1, Div 2 player. Would I ever get to Elite? Probably not. But I feel like I could push pretty high. It's a good question, though, buddy. Thank you for asking. Okay, we just did something. Let's see what it actually made. What it gets stuck on. Premium mixed. Okay. Didn't make any SBCs. Also, Mumbo is busy with life. True. That's why also, like, the extensions make it so much more fun. Because, like, we're grinding like crazy. But I'm probably, outside of on stream, I'm playing the least amount of FIFA off stream. Or EAFC, technically. Alright, so we're low on League 1 Eredivisie again. No shot. No shot. He likes to touch grass. True. True. Alright, let's do a bunch of League 1 bids as well. Pop these into the club. Keep an eye on those coins too. Don't want to get too low. We went really low yesterday to have this happen. I guess we could do for this next one. Let's go like this. League 1. Let's clear these. Should we play him in? Yeah, I'm putting him in. He's never going to get anything elsewhere. Alright, let's do Eredivisie. Do 1, 2. Do we need 4? 3, 4. Do 5. Perfect. Goalie. There we go. He likes to touch grass. He's the Chad we need in life, but also the Chad we never expect. What does that even mean, Ryan? He's like a myth. Locatelli. Alright, we'll put those down. Messi. Dude, we skipped a Messi. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. Alright. Keep opening these up. Once the shadows expire, we're going to have so much more space, because I'll put some of those back in the club as well. Till then, we're going to be a little bit stuck. Pop those down. That's good. Yeah, we only have 3 transfer space. I could quick sell some of the gold commons, or put some back in our club. Or do we just make everything crafting upgrades and then spam provisions? That could work too. We'll see. You skip Messi. I thought he was the best. He is the best. It's just he's an aging best. What should I do? I came back to the game with 600k, no golds in my club, but like 1,000 silvers and bronzes. If it's not the premium mix, so if it's off leagues or any of the mixed leagues, I'd honestly put those all into bronze upgrades and silver upgrades. And then the gold commons of off leagues into crafting upgrades. And then the gold commons of league SBCs into the premium mixed. And I would just rinse those non-stop. Essentially where the game's at right now is if you're grinding the premium mix, you get enough provisions daily and enough daily bronze, daily silvers, daily gold, where you can grind, I'm not even joking, 25 to 50 runs of the premium mix pretty easily. 10 plus you can expect on console and like average grinding, but once you really get into Pale Tools or FUT Genie, the 50 plus becomes just insanely easy. And then you're doing it for pure profit because prices are so cheap. So you're just making more and more coins. And then you get some more cards. You make more and more coins. Get some more cards. Make more and more coins. And you rinse and repeat the process. Like we're at... Our coins look low. We're at 28k right now. But if you look at our club... We are stockpiling almost 10,000 anchors, over 1,000 hunters, over 2,000 shadows. And I'll probably have over 1 million coins by Friday. Just from simply grinding. Alright, let's keep it going. Prime Gold's next. My dupe storage space. We might just have to do a one-off, clear all the Prem La Ligas. Looks like we have a decent amount of room right now. Another walkout. Dude, I feel like I never see these promo cards. Anytime we have a promo with icons or heroes, I feel like they're just... The drop rate's horrific. Oh, we can do the guarantee ones. I completely forgot about that. We'll do that after we're done with these to make some more space as well. Completely forgot we said we were going to clear our club and dupe storage. Where are my steps at currently? A little low so far today, because I did a workout this morning where I was chilling on the bench. We're at almost 10,000. Actually, that might not be up to date. We're at we're at 8,210. So we'll probably only get to 20K today. And then we'll chill to like 10 to 15K tomorrow, because I have soccer on Monday. Okay. Small rares. Also, pro tip too, if you guys are making crafting upgrades while doing League SBCs, I know some of you guys are asking, is there a certain pack you should save? My rule of thumb has been, we're not guaranteed crafting upgrades. So if you did want to build out crafting upgrades and open all the League SBC packs, one, you don't even need the crafting upgrades. You could just do League SBCs, League SBCs, League SBCs. Open crafting upgrades as you go for additional cards if you wanted to. But I think it's cool to build these out, especially if they're going away. We could get the same exact thing as a Team of Season crafting upgrade, but nothing's guaranteed. There is an argument to save either small rare or the prime golds because it gives you an 82 plus guaranteed. But since Team of the Season is going to be so long of a promo and League SBCs are out for the next month and a half anyways, you're going to be making enough of these that whether you save them or you open them as you go, you'll be doing hundreds to thousands. So it's not that big of a deal. Do you put up to 87s and provisions or just 85s and 86s? It really depends. Some days I honestly put even like 87s and 88s if my dupe storage is that full. And I don't want to like get rid of anything else at the moment. Right now it's mainly just 85s and 86s again because we get so many. Like today we maybe used an 86, but it looked like we had endless 85s still in the club that we had to go through. So I'm going to do a better job of trying to clear those more into the daily guarantees and then also into the like icon picks and stuff like that occasionally come out. But yeah, if you need the 85s or 86s, there also is the option if you could always buy an 85 off the market. They're what, like 2K? But you pack them so much. If you do the 83-14, you're eventually going to walk away with enough. No way, we were winning a game? I completely forgot you guys were playing. Watch Reed score a last-minute banger again. Dude, you know who's not winning a game? Arsenal, man. The bottle is happening in real time. Brighton beat Burnley 2. Oh, Brentford tied Everton. Salah scored as well. Nice. Dude, I'm excited but nervous for tomorrow. Sunderland's back at home. They've been in decent form. Spurs are in relegation. Like half their team is injured. But you just know Spurs is going to get 3 points now. You just know it's going to happen. Sunderland can keep them in the relegation zone, but Sunderland will pull a Sunderland. I'm recording it on YouTube TV. I'm turning my phone off, seeing 0 notifications, doing children's ministry, going to church, and then I am getting in my car. Is anyone seen How I Met Your Mother? If you have, remember the episode where Ted has to go get the wings at the bar, and they all promised they weren't going to watch the Super Bowl until the next day because they couldn't make it the day of, so they had to get through their work day. And then he made that device where he like couldn't see anything around him. and he had to go pick up the wings. He's like, how am I going to go into a sports bar? How am I going to go into a sports bar and not see the score? That's what I'm feeling. I'm literally going to run into one of the only Sunderland fans in the state of Wisconsin. He's going to come up to me and be like, dude, I can't believe we won, man. I'm going to be like, oh, no. Can't tell me that. Your Liverpool's winning? Yeah, Ryan, you're buying Liverpool stocks. To be fair, Ryan bought Liverpool stocks when they were at a low point, so you picked a good time to start supporting them. I don't know if you can claim bandwagon, technically, with the season they've been having. They're turning it around a little bit, but... Alright, you guys ready for the guarantees? Let's rip those open. Look at those coins. Too beautiful. How much time left on the shadows? 16 minutes. So, just for perspective, we're going to see how many sell right now. Usually works better later in the day. But how much are shadows going for? Instantly for basically 600. 650 very quickly. 700 within like 10 minutes. 750 within 40. Geez, man. 800 by the end of the hour. So we're listing 200 above basically what they sell for by the end of the hour. Pill Tool's still better, but FUT Genie is good. If you're talking free version, I agree. If you're using the paid version of FUT Genie, as much as I love Pale Tools, there's no extension, no site, no nothing that is as good as the paid version of FUT Genie. It's genuinely life-changing for the menu grind. Alright, 87. Didinya. Put a Trenton. Put all them. Price are you buying shadows and anchors? I bought a majority of my shadows at 200 to 400. I bought a majority of my anchors at 200 to 450. Rio scored a banger. Alright, Team of the Week, 84 squad. Charles. Alright, we just got to clear 83s, I think. Is the paid version of FUT Genie much better? We have people in our community doing about 100 League SBC runs a day for pure profit. So I would say yes. The most I've ever done in 24 hours of League SBCs was the Mixed League on Pale Tools, and it took 24 hours to do. You could probably do 100 runs of the Premium Mix on FUT Genie. No joke. Within maybe a 2 to 3 hour period. And probably hundreds of crafting upgrades too if you were also mixing in console. So you're not always getting SBC banned. It has a feature where you can literally say, for example, let's say I was doing crafting upgrade. Let's say I didn't care what leagues I was putting in, so I had my set leagues as like, don't touch the Premier Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A. I saved all those as important leagues. Has an option where I can go put everything in under this rating, do multiple times, I want to do it 50 times. It'll show me if I can do 50 combinations, all the players that I could use in my club. And then I hit one button, and then it loads them all, sends them all. Loads them all, sends them all. And it takes like 3-4 minutes, and it'll make you 50. I would encourage, even if you don't want to do it forever, do a single month, especially during Team of the Season. Do a single month of the paid FUT Genie, and it essentially pays for itself. If you're a content creator, it pays for itself, but you'll just notice how much time you save. It feels like there's no going back. Now, Pale Tools, I haven't looked in a while. Has Paletta made an update recently to Pale Tools? Because I feel like we've been stuck at the same version for ages. If Pale Tools comes out with more features, I feel like they can do a ton too, but as of right now, they're stalling a little bit. Team of the week. Alright, can I get away with 85s? Probably do some 86s. There we go. All right. You guys ready? C-Barbs, what's up, buddy? How you been, brother? All right, dudes, we got the Trophy Titan Team 2 upgrade. Let me know the best thing you got in yours. Come on, EA. Not been here for a while? Yeah, brother. Welcome back, man. How you been? How's FUT Genie? Life-changing. It's crazy. I wish I would have listened to you guys months ago. Come on. Oh, French center back. I wonder if it's going to be the same Desai dupe we've gone a million times. Would you look at that? Oh my gosh. Is there anybody else in this pack? Genuinely, is there anyone else in this pack? It's like the 4th time I've packed them. How do you use it? We have a video on the channel for the basics. For some of the features, but we'll be making more. Come on. Striker. Okay. Ibra. Give me Ibra. Larson. Looks like Ibra. My storage unit is very full with 89s and 90s. What are you spending your fodder on? 87 squads of the daily guarantees. Any gamble SBC you want to do. Essentially, the way you got to treat your dupe storage is 2 different things. One, anything in your dupe storage, especially high rated, you got to use whenever you want. It's no longer like an extra space for fodder. You need it to operate. So in my head, it's like anytime that starts filling up to like 20 plus items, I start doing the daily stuff, or I start doing some higher rated squads, chip away at like a player SBC you want to do, whatever your thing is you're working towards. But then also too, what you got to understand, the hidden one that people don't think about as much, if you're filling up your dupe storage, that means you're filling up your club as well. And if you're continuously getting high rated dupes It's because you continuously have non-stop high rateds in your club. You probably have way more fodder than you think. And that means you really need to start moving the dupe storage, and you could probably peel into some of your club. Like, if I went to my club right now, not to, like, flex, because it's not a flex in the slightest. I grind this game a ton. But, like, if I just looked at my gold fodder alone, look at my gold fodder. How do I take away the limited time things? Those are so annoying. But, like, besides that, look at my 91s, 90s, 89s, 88s. Look at all the 87s we have. Like, we genuinely got so much stuff, and I could probably do so much more and get rid of a lot of it and get a lot of it right back. But outside of that, like, if we went special card-wise, like all the promo cards we get and then never put into anything, we kind of just chill and save in the club. Look at all the stuff that we have just laying around. We're starting to get a lot of these guys from the promo that we don't touch that are 90 plus. Bunch of either player SBCs or other promo cards that are like 89, 90 rated that we don't touch that are just stockpiling. Like, we could basically do any SBC in the game we wanted. And then mix in our maybe 90 rated dupes if we don't have enough rating. But if exchanges come out at some point, this is kind of what I'm using it for. Unless there's like a Thiago Silva SBC that comes out or something crazy that I want to do. I'm just kind of chilling with it all. Yeah, we're like very stockpiled. Is it worth buying FUT Genie? I believe so. So these are selling with still 5 minutes to go for 1K. Nice. How do exchanges work? I haven't played since 23 and I don't remember. Last year and the year before we had where you'd put in 85 to 89 rated cards and you'd get packs with them. So some of the packs were like, put in an 85, you get a gold players pack. Some of them were like, put in an 86 and you get X amount of gold commons and gold rares. I think, was it last year we had, like if you put in an 89 squad, you got a 8310, but if you put in an 88 squad, it was like, or not even squad, like few players. I think it was 3 players. Put in 3 88s or higher, you'd get an 8220 squad. So you could literally just non-stop do that, where you'd put in the fodder, open that pack, probably get more players. Well, you do. You get 20 players for 3. But you'd most likely get more than 3 88 pluses, put those back in, and you just generate unlimited fodder that way. Put them into then player picks, league SBCs, more exchanges, and you just rinse and repeat that process over and over. The first year we had exchanges, it was only 1 card needed, and then they changed it to multiple because it was like too easy to grind. Both were good in their own way. I feel like both were beneficial. But yeah, that's like what we're essentially working towards right now. This game has provisions, which aren't bad. They give you a good amount of cards to do league SBCs with. And you have 6 provisions you can do daily with 85 pluses. And then you have 1 silver provisions where you can put in a full silver squad and get players as well. So that gets you a ton of league SBC runs, ton of crafting upgrades, ton of player picks. It's like the low end version of that where you can't pack anything good out of it. So it's genuinely just fodder you're getting. But that fodder helps you build better stuff. I have a feeling they're using that instead of exchanges for the meantime, which if we're going to get exchanges later on, and this is like the placeholder, I personally don't mind. I just hope they keep upping the provisions we get, or at some point making that unlimited, because that would be really cool too. Quit grinding a while back, and today got FUT Genie and did 35 premium league SBCs while watching YouTube videos. FUT Genie is amazing. Dude, and like, I want to say this, because again, the owner reached out to me, but I'm not sponsored by them yet. Even if I am going to be potentially eventually, I don't know yet. You guys have been telling me for months to try it. I've been sticking with Pale Tools, and literally, the amount I've been able to do, if I was doing the equivalent on Pale Tools, it'd take me like 4 to 5 times as long. Like, it's genuinely saving me hours a day if I were to try to do the same exact grind. Think about that throughout the course of a week, a month, a year. Think about that for like next year's Team of the Year grind. Think about that in terms of like your ability to do other stuff. And it's not hands-on either, and that's a big thing. A lot of you guys are wanting to do other stuff. You could literally be grinding the menus while you make your dinner, while you unload the dishes. That's really good. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, I'm curious to see how many of those shadows end up selling. Yeah, I'm already thinking about next year too. Because like most things in life, you want to look towards the future, but you also want to enjoy the moment and like worry about the moment, because tomorrow will have its own problems. But it's like each year I do this where it's like, okay, if XYZ was available or this changed, how would that affect content I make next year? With FUT Genie, I'm now looking at like not only just each promo or Team of the Year. I'm genuinely looking at the amount of coins I want to make if we get League SBCs like we have been and like provisions like we have been. I genuinely don't think I need to do any investments, any crazy chem styles. I could probably get 25 to 50 mil easily. The quadruple bottle is on. Brother, you don't know how excited I was to wake up this morning and see they lost 2-1. I've been saying all year how I think they'll still bottle the Prem. And as of lately, it's been getting closer and closer. Feels like they just might get over the finish line. I honestly, as much as I want them to bottle it, I think they will limp across. But losing right before they play City at City Stadium is insane work, because City can close that gap. I think they still have another game to play too, so they're 1 game back. I mean, they play Sunday, so if they beat Chelsea, technically it'd be the same amount of games. But then they would have to play... Oh, wait, no! If City beats Chelsea and then City beats Arsenal, that means Arsenal plays Newcastle next. I would then need to have Newcastle beat Arsenal. I don't think I can... Oh, no, I can't do that. No. I'm thinking of getting FIFA on console next year just because it's a better market. You say that with LMAO at the end, but it's genuinely a good idea to think about. Like, even though gameplay in the menus might feel smoother, how good is gameplay to begin with? What is your, like, main goal of everything? I wish they could all be together. I wish they could make the menus and everything better, but we've just reached a point where it's like, for me, market over everything. Okay. So, we had about 25% of that sell. If you guys were wondering. 200 lazy list above what the buy nows at the end of the hour were. We saw it about 25% of it go. That's insanely good. Alright. Let's keep moving, boys. Let us go back to Pale Tools. Or not Pale Tools, FUT Genie. But before we do, let me do this real quick. Something's wrong with them mentally. I mean, if you're used to always bottling, I feel like at some point it becomes like your identity. The market being connected makes too much sense for EA, let's be honest. Well, it does make too much sense, but I really think it's a cheater thing. I think they have a cheating problem on PC that they can't get their hands on, and if they added all the markets together, that would just affect everything. But it's EA, so who even knows? Who even knows, man? Alright, let's do some of this too, because I don't know how much we've gone through in our club right now. Prices are going up too. People are catching on, boys. That's a good and bad thing. Alright, Dupe storage is full. I'll have to deal with that as well. 250, 300. Oh my gosh, dudes. Oh my. We'll probably go back down later today, but they are on the rise. What kind of name is that? P-Fluke. Fluke. I always find League of Portugal 50 or 100 coins cheaper than Belgium's. Yeah. Probably because there's so many more cards in the Pro League, so people focus on that to get the most from it. And less eyes are on the Portuguese League then. Don't worry though, gold commons have a 300. Gold commons being 300 to 350. Even if the Pro League Portuguese League cards rise, I don't see the golds getting super high. So like I feel like, not that they'd cap at like around 500, but naturally I feel like that's as high as it gets. Alright, opening up FUT Genie. It was nice being here. Vic, gonna go to the gym. If you're still live after, I'll join back. If not, I'll message you on Discord. Catch up. Sounds good, brother. Have a good workout, man. Do you have a standing desk? Yeah, I work remote. I have a standing desk and I have a walking pad. So I get a ton of steps in throughout the day, which is nice. Alright, let's see. We'll start with, and we'll do League SBC runs, but let's do a club clear of crafting upgrades. So I'm going to show you guys right now, just with the off leagues in my club, if I didn't use League SBC cards, I did up to 84s, and I did try to generate 50. I had basically an empty club last night to a certain extent. From the limited packs we've already opened, I can already make easily 18 plus crafting upgrades with just the off leagues. I don't think I've touched all my provisions. Maybe opened one. I think I have the rest to go through. I have a ton of League SBC packs and runs we'll be making. That's a good problem to have. I do stand corrected though. FUT Genie, I wasn't aware. They do have the same feature as FUTBin, where they gray out the cards if you have it already. I made a comment before saying how they didn't have that, and that was one of the reasons why I feel like still using Pale Tools is good. Both offer it, so if you're wanting to stay on FUT Genie while using that, it is something. Yeah, it only works like half the time. I find I still have to like go to the next page So, like, I'll buy cards on a page and then go to the next one to see if it refresh. It's not perfect, but my opinion still gets the job done. Alright, 18 of those made. We're going to hop to League SBCs quick. And if you guys are confused, whenever you see me on this screen, we were doing FUT Genie on our PC, but I found it took a lot longer. It was a little bit laggy. I find it to work really well on the mobile app, so that's where I am right now. So if you see me on this screen, maybe we should have something on there that says, currently using FUT Genie. Let's do 5 runs. We'll hop back in. Actually, we got to put those cards back in our club. So something to keep in mind, too, if you're throwing tradable League SBC cards on your transfer list, make sure that you're sending those to the club. You'll probably have cards that you're using that will send it back down. And then if you're doing what I'm doing with the gold common and silver common open bids for 150, 200 for the silvers and 300 for the golds, make sure to store those back in your club. Alright, send SBC storage. Store in club. Okay. Can we make 5 League SBC runs? And I find 5's the sweet spot personally. You guys can do what you want. I find making 5, opening 5 runs, restocking a little bit, opening the tradable packs, the untradable packs, making some crafting upgrades. That's like the perfect balance without getting SBC banned too often. I will say though, and I'll ask you guys this question too, does anyone have an issue where you have plenty of Prem La Liga cards, but FUT Genie occasionally doesn't complete your Prem La Liga section? Like, it'll have that be the last one that's needed. It'll have the cards in there, but it won't submit it. Occasionally it happens, like if I'm SBC banned, but I've noticed it does that while I'm not SBC banned too. It's weird. How much money can you spend per run before you're at a loss, do you think? So we have a video from months ago that we calculated old prices of Pro League Portuguese League. Same thing applies. If you think about it from a standpoint of, let's say you bought out the whole Pro League Portuguese League at, let's say 300 coins. Let's say you spent 3.3k. And then let's say you spent 300 coins on gold common bids for League Ones, and then you had some gold rares untradable, and you had some silver rares that you're picking up. Let's say total in those two sections you're spending 7k, right? Let's go a little higher. You would eventually need Bundesliga Serie A cards, which you can get a lot of silvers and flood it out for 150 bids. Provisions, all that stuff, great. In general, if you keep the ratio of under 7k, I feel like the Jumbo Gold Pack and the Prime Electrum, you're making more than 7k on. I would say you're probably closer to over 10k. So you're making thousands of coins per run. Spam that higher. It kind of tracks, because right now we're doing 25 to 50 a day. And I'm making well over 100k a day just from League SBCs. Pure profit. So I would say, kind of as you're scaling, use that as the criteria. See where your coins are. See what you're buying. You can track the specifics, but I would just notice the trends. If your coins are trending up, that's probably a good sign. Alright, we just did... Now it's saying we don't have Liga Portugal cards. How do we not have Liga Portugal cards? We literally just restocked them. Oh! That happened to me. It's a bit buggy. Assuming around 10k coins earned per run long term, because specials every now and then, etc. Yep. And like, you got to remember too, not you specifically, but people in general, it's going to be slated a little differently. It's not going to be, it's an average. Those first initial runs you do is almost completely free. So you're making like 10k plus, because most of the cards you have are untradeable if you're doing provisions in daily bronze, daily silver, daily gold. You can go through a ton of runs where you're barely spending any coins. And also too, think about it from the standpoint of when prices are up and down. Same thing that we talked about with Libin Suds, fluctuations throughout the day or week. Same thing can apply to these. We see Pro League cards rising now to 350. If they ever get to 200 coins again, buy now. And you club stock for 150, 200 coins, even if you didn't want to use them in the SBC, if you just held them until they went back up in price, you could easily double your coins most likely just on fluctuation trading alone. So anytime you see the cards low, I would stock up. You can either do the League SBCs for even more profit, or you wait until they go back up in price and you sell for even more profit. Either way, you win. And that's the beauty of having these cards in your club, is you can kind of play that game where no matter what, you're in a good position. They get cheaper and you put a bunch in your club for 400. Oh my gosh, they're now 150 bids. You lost out on a ton of coins because you have hundreds in your club. Nope, do those SBCs, still make profit. Get those at the lowest price you can, make even more profit, fill back up again at that lowest price. If they go up, you can sell them all for pure profit or make even more from League SBCs. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Over and over and over again. Okay. Let's do... When rares were selling, would you put... you would put in 50k and have like 150k later. Yeah. If you guys weren't on the other day, was it gold rares 79 and above were selling for 1.3k? I still don't know what the reason was for that, but it was insane coins. Crazy. Also, too, if you're putting tradable cards on your transfer list for League SBCs, I'm not doing Prem La Liga gold commons on there because Prem La Liga is what we have the most of. What we end up running low on is Bundesliga Serie A, League 1 Eredivisie, and Pro League Portuguese League. So if you notice me quick selling the... I mean, I could probably even quick sell the tradable Prem La Ligas too, but I'm not going to go that crazy for the ones we don't have in our club yet. Also, too, let me know if gold rares start selling for 700 again. Really? Yeah, dude, it was insane. And I was listing them for 700 and someone made a comment. They're like, why are you listing for 700? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you can sell them for 1.2 plus right now. And I'm like, no shot. And I looked, it was like, yeah. Oh, interesting. Didn't last super long, but it happened. It's like little things like that you can benefit from too, right? You can't expect that to happen all the time, but when it does, sweet. And then one of the things too that, like with chem style trading and investing, that has been a benefit is we're kind of more aware of the fluctuations of prices. But even if you're not really caring about chem styles, if you just chuck them in your club from the jumbo gold, I don't even count those towards our profit right now. But we've put hundreds upon hundreds of chem styles into our club of different things. Hunters, first owner, shadows, anchors, the ones that have no value right now but can randomly shoot up. All those are going to be excellent for having more coins later. And even like the small stuff too. I call this my piggy bank. If you want to call it my emergency savings, you can call it that too. If you want to get financial with it. But if I go to my consumables, look at this. You ready? I store all my all injury cards. I can quick sell for 600. But if I listed these on a, let's say, FUT Champs weekend, or if there's some tournament that people are playing and they maybe get their players injured, I'm not saying you're going to sell them frequently, but if you toss a full transfer list of 100 while you go play your games and relist a couple times, you can probably get a decent amount of sales, and it doesn't seem like much. But if you sell it for 200 versus quick sell for 600, you're making way more coins. And it's even crazier with the other ones too. If I look at my common ones, they're going to be all the way back here. I have 1,400 or 1,360 plus, right? I can quick sell each one for 30 coins, which is great. But if I list it for even 200 and it gets a 150 sale, that's going to be infinitely more coins. Will we ever get an instant 200 by now? No. But worst case scenario, I now have a piggy bank of over 40,000 coins that if I get super low, I could reinvest these into other things. Like right now, if I quick sold these and got to 41k additional on top of my 53k right now, we'd probably have enough coins to finish my anchors. But like on top of that too, the reason why that's so important is even if it doesn't happen that often, we still might have during team of the season the Prem league goes even higher in price. I don't know what they're going for right now. 150 bids. If these got to like a 500 by now or like 1,000 by now, we're getting infinitely more coins holding on to them than we would if we just quick sold it or sold it at that low price. Same with like the WSL. Same with like finishers, deadeyes, marksmans, all these things. We just stockpile them over time. You never know when they might become popping. If we get the EFL team of the season and there's a few championship cards in there, you're going to have people trying to link the championship league. These were things that you probably couldn't even sell for 150, 200 coins before. You were probably quick selling it for 38 coins every jumbo gold pack. We now have more than 100. If these go for at least a 200 by now or 200 within the hour, we're going to make a ton more coins, and that just adds up over time. Same thing with like League One. How many League Ones do we have? Here's League of Portugal that could happen with. The Saudi League could happen with. Like we have 88 Saudi leagues. How much should these go for? Not much right now, probably. But even if they go for a bit during team of the season, that might be a good thing to sell on. Where is EFL League One? Here it is. We have 68 from League One. If League One gets a goalkeeper as their team of the season or something, which usually it's like League One or League Two will get the goalkeeper, boom, there you go. Extra coins there. Just something to think about. I'm saying at 1.7 mil, have 85 small electrums and 154 prime electrums and 174 jumbos. That should be like 1.5 to 2 mil. I'm tempted to blow it all and try to get Ibra. Honestly, I'd go for it. What's more efficient to buy? League One or Eredivisie? They keep running out and the prices vary so much. I would say, in general, you should be getting League One and Eredivisie silvers for 150, 200. You can do some bids, but if you want to go in your club and just over time, it doesn't have to be every 5 to 10 runs, but just over time, if you want to stockpile these for 150 bids, you're paying half the price you would for a gold common, and you can mix these in with a lot of the gold commons from League One and Eredivisie. On top of the gold rares that you'll get over time for the rare requirement, you can buy some silver rares. You can get some bronze rares for 150, 200 as well. I would just stockpile these. If you want to have like a set time of the day to do that, like maybe in the morning, you're like, okay, I got a few minutes before I leave for work. Let me go get one of each of these. I kind of use my storage over here as the way to do that. So I'll do some of those bids. I'll do some Bundesliga, Serie A, silver common bids for 150. We'll chuck those in the club. I can do that with Eredivisie right now too, so I'll do this. A note I will say, if you're going to do the 150 bid, do a minimum buy now of 250. Reason I say that is if you bid on ones that have a 200 buy now, you're probably going to lose all those cards to the people doing the buy now in the last minute. Doesn't mean that someone won't bid 200 on these and you'll lose them still. It's just something to keep in mind if you're trying to win the most bids possible. And it doesn't have to be under a minute, even if it's a few minutes out. If you just consistently do this, go through, this is going to make it cheaper over time. But also, too, some of you guys are bringing up a good point in terms of the coins you have, the packs you're making. Think of it like this, too. The more packs you have, the more tradable, the untradeable, the more you can recycle. The more tickets to winning the lottery you have. Averages, I would still say the same on the low end, but they start rising when you increase your chance at stuff. The more tradable packs you open, probably you're going to eventually over time pack a promo card. More informs, more walkouts, more things like that, right? That we're not really accounting for towards the average currently. Think about team of the seasons once team of the season starts. If team of the weeks are already within the range of like 11K to 13, 14K, depending on the day, if team of the seasons, you start packing them like team of the weeks, and those are worth 15 to 20K or something like that, that's going to be really nice when you open your jumbo gold packs, and there's 5 silver and bronze team of the seasons currently out from crap leagues that you're now getting even more coins for. So it's like you have all that to consider too. And it sounds like a lot. It is, I know. But the more you do it, the more second nature a lot of this becomes. You go through the dirty work once or twice. You kind of learn the basics. You build on it then. Eredivisie silvers are better for me? Yeah. And while I say all that, I'm still not the best at this. There's some of you guys who do infinitely more runs than me. You're way more cheaper than me. You're more efficient. I just do it a lot, so. The 74 requirement, I was staying away from bronzes and low-rate silvers, which is a good idea to a certain extent, but I'm telling you, you're probably, if you're using FUT Genie, you're overkilling some of the squads you're submitting, and you don't have to put hundreds upon hundreds of bronzes in your club, but if you mix in those silvers, imagine a squad where it's mainly the 75 gold commons you're using. If you have 8 or 9 in there that are those, you can probably get away with a bronze rare. A few of those, and still get that 74 rating. If you have a gold rare dupe 81 or 82 that is in your dupe storage that FUT Genie's put into that solution, you can probably get away with a few bronze commons or silver commons. That's where those become super needed, especially as the gold commons get pulled. You're not going to get the silvers as often in your packs. The only place you're going to get them is if you're doing the premium mix, the prime electrum. No other place you're getting them, so you want those to dry up and slow down how often you're using the gold commons. But look at that. All that stuff we still stored, I still got over 4,000 coins from that. Beautiful. Yeah, we still have 7 provision packs left too, by the way. Haven't even touched them yet. Best thing about FUT Genie is the way it gets the perfect rating. If you scroll through the squads too, like, you'll be really surprised at how it submits them. Like Prem La Liga, you said you were avoiding bronzes and silvers, and someone said that in chat about League One because they had a 74 rating. The amount of times my Prem La Liga will throw in bronze commons and bronze rares, it's like I'll look at those and I'm like, I would have never thought to mix those together. Or if you had to do that by hand, it would have been so frustrating to go through. Now it's like second nature. But I will say, what we're now missing, this grind is good, but the reason why exchanges would be so good, or provisions to another level would be so good, or in my opinion, the thing we need more than any of that, we need, instead of a Team of the Week upgrade, we need a Team of the Week player pick, or we need a Team of the Season upgrade. Even if it's limited, make it 2 squads with 2 tradable packs. We need something like that you can do unlimited times. That gives you 2 tradable packs, and instead of needing specific leagues, you need specific ratings. The reason why that's going to be so popular is once you've built up packs like this, we then don't necessarily even need to do League SBCs. We still could. We could just turn our brain off, spam these, and then from spamming these, get more fodder, get more provisions, open more packs, make more coins off the tradable sections, and rinse and repeat that over time. And then the way you could start looking at it is, instead of your dupe storage filling up is a bad thing and you need to do like the daily untradeable stuff, anytime you clear your dupe storage, it's essentially paying you to do so. You get to clear your dupe storage and make coins out of it. And you always have a chance of packing something good. That's what made the Team of the Week player pick so good a few years ago. And that's why that grind was so fun during Team of the Season. If you combine with Crafting and Genie, you'll always get the rating of 3 rares. And 3 rares. And there is the option too, if you want to use more than the minimum rares, you can. Depending on your pack situation, that can be worth it. Like if you're spamming through small rares like me, that inevitably is going to make sense if you're running out of gold commons. Hello Mumbo, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing fantastic, brother. How are you doing today? We are hour and a half into the stream, boys, almost. It's going well so far. Alright, now we can go through a lot of these provisions. Good. Liverpool's youngster scored today. Oh, what a goal that was, too. Oh, my gosh. Nah, he didn't do that, Selly, did he? Nah. That's crazy. Igor's at 20 goals this season. Is he the league leader? Or who has more than him? Nah, Blasi's calling out wingers right now. He tweeted and said, of course your pass rate's going to be 95% if you're always passing backwards and side to side. Same way wingers who don't lose the ball aren't trying to take on the fullbacks. Safety first with the sleep emoji. Nah, good for him, man. Talk, Blasi. I miss the proper winger gems. Bring back skill moves. Bring back flair. Bring back taking on the fullback. Oh, but do you know why my transfer window is open on console, but yet it's not open on companion app or web app? Buddy, I've done all the foundation SBCs. Shitloads off the game. Why you don't have access on the web app? Does it tell you what specifically you need to get done to unlock it? I'm not sure what the requirements are nowadays. Probably looking for a ton of like specific stuff. Alright, where's League of Portugal? There it is. Yep, they're rising again. Good and bad problem. Dude, I can't wait till sniping's back then. If these go even higher in price, you're going to see the beautiful snipe period. So they added the Thailand League to the game for the league section. Have you guys seen any Thailand cards in the game yet? Also, too, why is Thiago Silva not in the game? He's a Porto player. Make it make sense. Why are we lagging here? Here we go. All the gold's popping up now. Also, too, remember law of averages. You might be asking yourself the question, well, Mumbo, you're just talking about, like, if you bought out a full squad for 300, like the average price of stuff, why would you buy things for 400 now? Isn't that going to be more expensive? Yes and no. If you're buying things for 400, but you have a crap ton of untradables, it's probably cheaper than buying everything out for 300 and using all tradables. So there's like a back and forth with that. It just says when you go onto the transfer market, I haven't gained access. Maybe reach out to EA and they'll give you a response in the next year. That sucks, bud, but I don't know what else you can do. I'm glad I've had access to the market for ages because I wouldn't know how to unlock it either. Sorry, look though, in one of the foundation SBCs says it complete this to gain access to the transfer market. So you might have to reach out to EA support and then they might be able to give it to you then if you got it completed. But there's like a 50-50 chance that they either don't speak English or they've never played the game and don't know what they're doing. So, good luck. No, but it's annoyed me because I know where to find the leagues and now they moved it over. Yep. It's like, that's why I get a little bit lost. You'll notice it's like, where's this league? Because my hands are so used to the coordination of going up and down in the certain sections. Now everything's moved over. Frustrating. It'll be even harder to profit from these compared to when they went up in price around team leader time because fodder isn't worth anything now. Yeah, there's always fluctuations with it, but like remember too, the goal is to build up. You can still build that up over time. Even if temporarily prices increase, look at it from the perspective of you're still doing crazy profit for the first like 5 to 10 runs, provisions and everything. It slows down a little bit, but your tradable packs now have a little bit more coins for the gold commons, the silver rares, the silver commons, and then you move from there. But inevitably, once you reach the point where you have hundreds of packs built up, millions of coins, it's not really going to be something you think about. You're still going to have your systems where you're buying out all those cards, you're doing your provisions daily, and price, you don't really think about it as much. You might like put your head down and be like, oh, looks like prices dropped a little bit today. Looks like prices went up a little bit. But again, law of averages, over time, it's not going to be as big of a deal. The only time it becomes a deal is if you have like 10K right now and you're trying to make a few League SBC runs for profit and really try to work it. Like if you saw me at the starter stream when I had like 10K, that was extremely difficult to try to operate because we put everything into the anchors. So we were moving very limited. Alright, I am on FUT Genie now. Let's take care of this. I haven't done the daily bronze, daily silver, daily golds yet either. I just realized. Let me take care of those. I knew I was missing something. Also, too, I haven't been doing it as much, but it's something you can do for easy coins daily if you're wanting to try to make up that difference. The player picks that have the 2 tradable squads for silver packs, I don't know how many cards you get this time. Is it like a 4 or 10, 3 or 10? Whatever that is, do that daily for the 2 silver packs. Do it 3 or 4 times, however many times you can do it. Get 6 to 8 tradable silver packs. Those coins will stack up throughout the week. Doesn't seem like much, but will become a big deal. And if we have that during Team of the Season, you'll probably get a Team of the Season out of those too. Eventually. I have 770K, but I just recycle them back. I don't stock them up. I just do it for fodder and coins. So it's a bit shady for me. Yeah. But you'll still have the systems where it works for you, even if the price is a little bit up. Then you also have all your fodder that you're putting into player SBCs or gamble SBCs for tradable packs too. So you have coins that you're getting there as well. Alright, let's do... How many runs can we do? Can we do another 5? We're probably going to be low on League of Portugal. Be my guess. Use tradable. Boom. Put that in. Auto completes. Solve multiple times. Allow tradable players. Alright. It's making them right now. I'll probably have to go back to the reliable mixed league. Wait, explain yourself again, because I'm confused. As someone who loves the mixed league, but's now giving it up. What? Sorry, you said you have 770K, but you recycle them back. You don't stock them up for fodder and coins, so it's a bit shitty for me. What about the prices being 350 to 400 right now is not working for you? Or are you saying if they continue to rise? Because I feel like those are two different arguments. If you're saying with current prices, I would disagree. But if you're saying they keep rising, maybe they get the 500 plus, 600 plus. But even then, daily and weekly, you'd still be doing pure profit for probably 25 plus runs daily. It'd maybe be harder to push 50 to 100 if prices get higher and higher. But even then, there's still ways around it. Alright, what did you get stuck on? Mean in future prices go up to 600, so I'll go back to mixing. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense then. I'm glad you clarified. I would agree. What you got to do, you got to play a trick on EA. Everyone has to do this, okay? Hear me out. This is how you play a trick on EA. Because the prices are more up than they were before, you got to fill your club at these prices. And because EA sees you filling up your club, the EA script is going to be, oh gosh, he's putting a bunch of things in his club. Quick, let's make the price go back down so he loses coins on them. Not realizing EA thinks you're going to sell them. You're really going to use them for League SBCs. So you trick EA into making the prices go down. Why is your coming count so low? Brother, what? I just choked on water. Oh. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, you almost killed me. Oh. I had a huge sip of water. I was laughing. And it went straight down my throat, so I drowned myself, and I tried to cough it out. But it was too late. Oh. I have over 10 million coins. I have over 10 million worth of coins and consumables right now with current prices. We're trying to push for 25 mil. Oh, man. That was great. Alright, I gotta take a piss real quick. We'll continue to grind. Let me fill up my coffee. Let me fill up my water. Let me take a piss. We'll be right back. We're back. All right, we're back. Yeah, I'm curious what would happen. Was anyone using FUT Genie last year when they didn't have SBC bans? Did FUT Genie remove their own SBC bans? Or did that still stay? Because that'd be something to think about as well. But yeah, answer your question again. We have most of our coins and consumables. And I wanted to show you guys that you can still do League SBCs with a small amount of coins and how quickly you can build them up. So I should be around 1 million coins again by start of team of the season. Just showing you guys how easy it is. Alright, what time is it? 1:30? We'll probably do maybe another half an hour to hour. We'll see. I still gotta hop in the sauna. And grocery shop. Bum, bum, bum. Don't forget the 13 containers of yogurt you have to buy. It will be a little less this time. We're going to be potassium maxing this week. So, Greek yogurt has a ton of potassium, but spinach has more, bananas have more. So we're going to be mixing in those as well. Not into the yogurt. Bananas into it maybe, but we're going to balance the meals a little bit differently. Instead of a tub and a half of Greek yogurt, we'll probably go down to just a tub a day. When are you planning on selling chem styles, and what's the plan if they release the Daily Shadow and Hunters again? So right now, we're almost at the goal of 10,000 shadows. Or not shadows, anchors. Once I hit that, I'll make an updated chem style video. My plan, once I hit 10K of these, and we have the Hunters and Shadows, is I'll continue to sell all three, and then if we want to buy more back for lower prices, we can. Shadows right now you can pick up in the 59th minute for like 600, 650, and we've been selling at 1,000 coins right now. Anchors yesterday, we were selling at 1,400 to 1,500 on stream, and then we picked up a bunch for 450 by now. So these are things that you can continue to sell and make coins on a daily basis. Whether you want the average price to be lower and then sell at a specific buy now is different. For me specifically, anchors are going to be the thing we anchor on. No pun intended. This is the thing we're going to need a certain buy now price. So the way that I'm going to treat it is Shadows and Hunters will be the first things to go. I'm going to try to sell these leading up to Team of the Season. And with those coins, kind of keep an eye on the price. So for me, if these continue to go up, if Hunters and Shadows continue increasing, I have a feeling that Anchors will as well. So my thought process is I get liquid on these first. Once I get liquid of these, if the price gets crashed because they supply Shadows and Hunters, if we want to buy more, we can. If not, we keep the coins liquid and focus on a buy now price for anchors. For me, if we can get a 1,000 buy now plus within the hour for anchors, that's the key. That'll give us 10 million plus once we hit 10K of these. So realistically, to push to 25 mil, we need the price to either go even higher and or we need to sell more of these chem styles and or we need to buy more anchors. So what I might do actually is once I sell the Hunters and Shadows and continue to make coins on them, I'll probably buy more anchors and go even more in on these. Scalped 9.8k anchors, what does this game come to? And even in that, there's a risk, right? But I'm not really risking anything at the end of the day. Like, the risk is we could have put those coins into other stuff to make coins faster, sure. But we're just trying to scale to see if we can get to 25 mil. Either way, we're making coins with League SBCs. We're getting more chem styles with League SBCs. That's the main thing that we're worried about. But I hope that somewhat answered your question. That's kind of my plan at the moment. So goal is throughout team the season, keep an eye on prices and try to sell the anchors then. But until then, just focus on League SBCs for profit and selling the other two. Mumbo Jumbo Gold Pack Team of the Season Prep FUT Genie grinding 2,000 plus craft upgrades to EAFC26 Ultimate. Sharky, what's up, buddy? Arsenal bottling the league and Liverpool winning the game is so back. I know, right? My dream could be happening. We'll have to wait and see. The quadruple bottle would be the craziest thing ever. If they bottle this round of Champions League too, rather than next round, that'd be even crazier. Because they only have, what, a 1-0 lead? Were they the home team? Or were they away for that game? I'm surprised the Sunderland kid isn't extinct. I'm good. What about you? I'm fantastic, brother. Grinding, making coins, making packs, chilling, vibing, having a good time. Got some more responsibilities to take care of later today, but for now, this is where we at. All right, how many steps are we on? We're on 16,000. Perfect. Dude. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Did Farron even touch that? He had to, right? Yamal's pass, his Travella pass is insane. So Travella pass. Oh yeah, he touched it on. Put in 16,000 steps, I'd be dead. Or in bed for weeks. Yeah. Jeez. By trading Dontavian Wicks, the Packers saved $2.6 million in salary cap space. They also now have 8 draft picks this year and could have 10 next year. Okay. All that just to miss out on playoffs again? No. Bidding's working extremely well for Portugal, Belgium. Got 40 cards for 200. Nice. Yeah, bidding's probably one of the more efficient ways to do it. I would honestly, if you're trying to do it in scale, put on YouTube, put on the stream, put on the Tim Dillon podcast, best podcast out there. Literally do anything. Turn your brain off. Take care of a section. Start with League of Portugal Pro League. Get enough for like 25 to 50 runs. Go overkill with it. Same with like League One and Eredivisie. Get some extra cards. But like focus on whatever thing you run out of first. Make sure you have the most from that so that you only have to rebuild slightly in other areas. But boys, we are so close to EA hopefully releasing something where we can turn our brain off even more. As much fun as League SBCs is and how many coins we make, can you imagine this grind if you didn't have to worry about a specific league or leagues together and buying cards? Could you imagine if we could get even more provisions by chucking in our 85s and 86s, turning our brain off, doing it again, turning our brain off, doing it again, turning our brain off, doing it again? You want EA just to give you an AI game that plays for you? That's funny. No, what I want is EA to innovate with their menu. So, let's see, what would be a good way to? I don't know if I can make an Overwatch connection. If Overwatch gave you the same rewards for you grinding more, getting to a higher level, getting to a higher rank, if you did that throughout the season, throughout the year, and there's no added bonus for you doing so, you'd hit a point where you're like, it's not worth it for me to play past this. EA's essentially done that non-stop throughout the year. They'll copy and paste the same content over and over instead of innovating or making it slightly better. So you're left doing the same things you were doing months ago, which still works, still is a grind, but you're waiting for kind of that next step. More shadows going. Let's go. Yeah. We're able to scale it a lot more because right now the thing's slowing us down. What's it called again? What's it? The bottleneck. The bottleneck is the Pro League, Portuguese League buyout, and over time, the League One Eredivisie Bundesliga Serie A cards. Which, technically, right, crafting upgrades, once I start opening those, it's less of a bottleneck. If I have over 2,000 crafting upgrades, think about the amount of League One and Eredivisie gold rares we're going to get in here. And we're just going to have to worry about commons, right? That's going to be a reality. Think about the additional Bundesliga Serie A cards. Think about the Pro League, Portuguese League cards we're going to get. So some of that's our own doing, but in a good way. Okay. Let's do the 83, 86 double. Oh, we just need gold. I didn't realize this was just golds. Gold rares. Someday, Reed, your wishes for this game will come true. I mean, they do eventually. It's just when they bring it out. They try to withhold it for so long until everyone leaves the game, then they bring it back. My issue is, why do they have to wait for the numbers to drop significantly to do it? Why can't we get it slower over time? And to be fair, credit where credit's due, they have upped the amount of provisions. It's not like it's nothing. They are slowly making it better. But still, the rate they're doing it at, it's too slow. Live service, that's why. I mean, this game needs to be live service. This game couldn't live if it wasn't live service. The appeal is it being a live service. They need it to be live service. I couldn't imagine a single player Ultimate Team type game. I'd be interested, but what's your good favorite league so you use it at the top instead of having it all the way down? Favorite leagues on what? On console? All right, 386 doubles. Can we get anything good in these? Yeah, on the console menu, when you're going into the filter by league, it would make life easier if you could favorite. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. It would be nice. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about for the Team of the Week upgrade, or like a Team of the Week player pick down the line. What we got for the 86 double, the 2 sections, if they could just continue to give us silver packs, but have this be like a Team of the Week upgrade, have it be 2 gold rare sections, Have it be an 83 raid squad and an 82 raid squad for a team of the week. Untradeable, but 2 tradable packs. That takes this game to the next level. Alright, third one. Literally nothing. These are trash. I'm taking 89 though. So all those, beautiful. 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 I actually commend the Packers for consolidating their army of wide receivers. True. So true. Trade them all, literally. Dobbs is gone, Wicks is gone. Matthew Gold, I have so much faith in Matthew Golden. I think he's gonna ball out this year. I want the expectations to be as low as possible so he can rise well above them. I want the Packers to not win a game. Then we get the #1 pick and we get J.J. Smith from Ohio State. Tank one season for the betterment of the future. Or pull a Giants and just tank every season. Build but not build. Not inevitably live in nothingness where you're not the worst team. You're not good. You're not going to be good. You're not going to ever be good. Or the Jets, where you're even worse. New York Jets and the New York Giants, man. Two sides of the same coin. So I'm curious who Green Bay drafts the second round. Wait, were you here when I said that yesterday? I was like, get us a beefy wide receiver who can also play as like a tight end from the good old Iowa. Farm-fed boy who can adapt and is used to a Midwest winter. After trading one of their top wide receivers, the Packers still have Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, and others in the position, plus tight end Tucker Kraft, and many productive. As productive as many wide receivers. True. Yeah, I'm going to miss bobblehead as well. Love faking interviews. I just write the transcript at first, then make someone read it. So much time saved. Dude, have you guys seen the, it's like pretty common practice now, I think, in content creation spaces. People will either put a comment on screen that no one actually said, or they'll like make a second account and type the comments themselves, and then they'll clip form it. So like they'll read it out loud. They'll be like, for example, yo, Mumbo, how did you get to over 2,000 crafting upgrades? Can you show me how? Yeah, man, I'd love to. So what you want to do is you want to have a system in place that's going to allow you to build these up without losing coins or holding packs in other areas. I find League SBCs is the best for this. You can do that in many different ways. I'm going to show you the step-by-step here. Like, people will just do that nonstop, and they'll do that for like 20 videos in a single stream. Crazy. Crazy. AJ Brown, you are a New England Patriot. Does he know that? Amount of farming nowadays. One of the most depressing things with content creation, I'll be honest, and I feel like it's true in any niche, is like all roads lead to Rome. No matter how big your niche is, I feel like no video games is sustainable. If you're only creating content through a video game, I feel like it ends up coming down to like personality and pivoting to like IRL content to a certain extent. Like, it seems like the future in this space is more football talk, IRL football, like sidemen type stuff. Getting more niche towards football rather than football specific. And you see that in like other areas too, where people like on Twitch will play specific games. It sounds popular, so they switch to the next game in that genre. Like, people play RPGs, they don't stick to one RPG, they'll hop to the new RPG that comes out, play that for a month or two, hop to the next one, and then eventually pivot to, I don't know. What's an RPG pivot? Politics? Hassan Piker, Lion is OP. But it's depressing in the sense of, I feel like the days are gone. I mean, I feel like it's a good problem to have too. Maybe it's not completely gone. But content's evolving at a rate where video games have somewhat of a feature in it, but there's so much IRL content, politics content, all that stuff being pushed, and video games aren't getting better. Like, the video games are getting progressively worse. Maybe we'll have some crazy video game come out and it turns everything together, but Don't put down my Vic from Sidemen. He's the one who carries the soccer team every time. Vic's awesome. Step count, we are at... Dude, my pants are sagging. 18,800. So, we'll probably end the stream once I hit 20K. Dude, wear shorts. I have sweatpants on to speed up the thermic effect of my legs. Glad I have some sort of childhood TV, Nintendo, PS2, etc. I'm trying to think too. What before like YouTube was a thing, before streaming was really a thing. There was a time period where people just played video games to play video games. They weren't degenning SBCs. They were playing FIFA to play FIFA. Even me at one point was doing that. Seems just like a different world. I'm gonna lose my mind over the Pro League being moved over. Hey man, thank you for the guides you provide. I enjoy the mini grind much more. Can you explain me, please, the limit when you play both versions for FUT Genie? Do I get to 300 plus just by opening the PS4? So, if you stick to just, let's say, PS5 version, in a day you'll be able to get to around 300 SBCs completed. You might get your hourly soft ban if you go over 90 or whatever that is, but the average limit is around 300. What I've noticed then is if you go from PS5, go back onto PS5, go back to the main menus, close the app, open the PS4 version. If you make an SBC on the PS4, I don't know if it's you have to log in, you have to make an SBC. I just make an SBC to be safe. Make a crafting upgrade, make a daily bronze, whatever. That should not reset the number you see on FUT Genie. It'll still show that number, but it should allow you to double it. So if the limit before was 300, you should be able to go up to 600 over 300. So what it'll show you on the screen when you go back to FUT Genie is you'll see like, oh, your dailies, you've done 550 out of 300. You should have been capped at 300, but it allows you to do another 300. In theory. Sometimes it SBC soft bans you before that, sometimes it's after that. But it's around that range, I would say. And that's not including companion app. That's not including both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 console. If you wanted to turn your brain off and make stuff on there too, you could as well. So, like, one of the things that I would consider myself, especially if crafting upgrades come back again, is I would probably then have times when I'm done with like 100 plus runs of League SBCs daily. I would then pivot to, okay, I'm going to just come back on here. I'm going to take my dupe storage. I'm going to constantly take everything in my dupe storage, and I'm going to make a crafting upgrade. I'll just spam crafting upgrades, and then maybe I'll just take stuff in my club. I'll do most recent, rating to rating, maybe like 75 to 82. I'll try to maybe not put in like League 1 Eredivisie cards, Bundesliga Serie A, but if it's Prem La Liga, I might go through and just make a bunch of those if that's the thing I keep filling up on. I could take the specific league. I could just do Prem, low rated, throw those in, and kind of go from there. Does that make sense? Do we have... One second. I haven't looked at the SBC or the store packs. We don't have any like 10 coin or 30 coin packs, do we? No. Truly, thank you. A bit scared about the band, though. If they show the 600, for example, it would feel weirdly safer. I'm usually mostly on the app. From web, the app works better with less soft bands. I wouldn't be afraid of any ban. There's really no fear of a permanent ban from doing SBCs. If your fear is a soft ban, that's inevitably going to happen. But that's an hourly, daily limit type of thing. That happens regardless if you're grinding. You could spam SBCs on console, it's going to happen from time to time. Where I would be hesitant, and this is where the community's kind of split, is there's people who use the feature to buy cards on FUT Genie. I know there's people who did it, I think, on Pale Tools too. I can't remember if Pale Tools had the same kind of option, but there's a concept player option on FUT Genie where, let's say you want to build out 50 League SBC squads and you have most of them covered, but you're missing a few players. It can concept put in a player and it'll show you like its price on the market is 300 coins. And then you can put I want to buy this card up to 100% of its price. Hello? All right. All right, guys, I got to head out. I will not be live on Sunday, and I have my first football game on Monday. So for now, probably almost every single week going into the rest of the spring, summer, and fall, we won't be live on Sundays or Mondays for the most part. Might differ here and there, but so the next time you'll see me live is Tuesdays. We should be live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday. All right, take it easy, guys. God bless.